Hello, hello, hello. And I know I'm super late with this recap video, but I did make some predictions about the UFC that happened this Saturday. Plus, there were other title championship fights that actually happened in other events. So I'm going to go ahead and talk about it because this last weekend was another great weekend of fights. Starting with this past Thursday, we had Bellator 254. We saw the crowning of a new women's flyweight champion, Juliana Velasquez. She successfully defeated the former champion, I think the inaugural champion, Mcfarlane. And it was a unanimous decision, all in her favor. She landed more shots. She controlled the center of the octagon. She initiated more takedowns. She got the better, not takedowns, excuse me, initiated more exchanges, got the better of those exchanges. This was primarily on the feet, but it was a nice, scrappy little fight. I completely agree with the judge's decision. So we have a new champ for the women's flyweight champion in Bellator FC. Now on to the heavyweight boxing title fight that also happened this Saturday that quite frankly I didn't even know about until like Sunday night, the next night, Sunday night. I was like, oh, Anthony Joshua fought? He did. He fought Kubrat Pulev, and excuse me if I pronounced that wrong, and he retained his belts. Now someone correct me if I'm wrong, and still he is the IBF, oh my glasses on, IBF, IBO, WBA, and WBO champion. All those. Someone correct me if I'm wrong there. Currently, I was trying to make sure currently he has all those belts right now. Someone correct me if I'm wrong on that. So apparently he has 4 belts right now. And he successfully defended all of his belts, kept all of his belts. This was actually kind of an exciting fight, although I kind of felt like Pulev shouldn't have been in the ring with him. Anthony was clearly a better boxer. He also had the reach advantage there. He just had the cleaner boxing. He way outlanded him with the punch count. He had the better mechanics. So third round became the first of the many knockdowns, it seemed like, where he landed a combination, basically boxed him from one end of the ring to the other one, and as he was going down, he ended up taking a knee. As he was going down, he hit him in the head as he was going down, a nice little body shot because his back returns to him, ended up dropping to a knee in that third round, ended up getting knocked down again in that third round. Then I believe it was fourth, fifth, where it was more of just Anthony Joshua. We're just kind of looking, waiting for this to end. But he teed off on this guy. This guy tried to tie him up. He was talking a lot of trash. He was making a lot of faces and stuff like that. But quite honestly, I felt like Anthony Joshua was clearly a better boxer than him. I don't know. I don't know much about this guy, so please correct me if I'm wrong, but it just kind of seemed like he shouldn't have been in the ring with him. And in the ninth round, of course, came the final 2 more knockdowns. The final one was a 2-piece. After he got up from the first knockdown of the ninth round, literally as the ref was like, okay, fight again, the first 2 punches, blah, blah, 2-piece, knocked him down again. He did not get back up. Winner, Anthony Joshua, retained all those belts. Floyd Mayweather was there in the front seat. He went there and talked to Floyd there for like a decent amount of time. I don't know what was said there. Someone let me know if we know what was said there. There's a lot of people listening, ear hustling. But retaining his belts, and he gave out like a little scream, and it seemed like there was a little friction there in the ring afterwards. Someone let me know what that was all about. But again, he retained his mini belts, and y'all let me know who you think he should fight next. And again, with Juliana Velasquez, who she should fight next as well in Bellator. So now, on to the picks that I made for the UFC, this is pay-per-view 256, last pay-per-view of the year. I made 5 picks. I thought I messed up. I thought I got away with one. I was like, oh, one of the picks I made wasn't on the main card, so I got 2 of 2, 500. Phew, no, that fight was on the prelims, and I lost it. So I was under 500. So let's go ahead and get into it. I made a mistake, y'all. I didn't realize, that fight was on the prelims. That's my bad there. I will do better. No excuses. So I got 2 out of 5 picks. I thought I got away with the one. I thought I was like 4 picks, 2. Anyway, so on the prelims, I chose Renato Moicano to beat Rafael Fiziev. This did not happen. Fiziev actually KO'd him in the second round. He landed a 3-piece combination. It was a left to the body, then a right hook to the face, and then another a left to the face, knocked him out. Ref stopped the fight. He protested immediately. He tried to sit up and kind of wobbled back down. It was one of those situations where I was kind of on the fence because Yes, he protested, but he was clearly out of it, clearly knocked silly. However, fighters have recovered. It was on the ground. Maybe he was able to hide his head and recover. Who knows? But do we need to see extra punches? You know my deal. Better early than late. I get upset when fights are stopped too early, but I am livid when a fight is stopped too late because the ref is there to protect the fighter. So better early than late. I'm okay with the decision. Who would you like to see Rafael Fiziev fight next? Now on to the main card. First of my picks, I did not get this pick. I chose JDS to beat Cyril Gane. He did not. I'm kind of unfamiliar with him, so I was kind of going with the veteran there. I see why he was the favorite going in there. He finished JDS in the second round there with an elbow. But he was winning the whole fight. He won the first round. He was landing the more significant shots. He was clearly bigger. He was able to muscle up against the cage and go for some takedowns. He was able to definitely employ his game plan. In the second round there, he ended up landing an elbow. It was like right behind the ear, which is legal. The back of the head, it's like right here. You can actually hit right behind the ear. So JDS was complaining afterwards about the shot, but again, when we saw it, it seemed to be legal. It seemed to be right there on the line. So I'm actually not upset about the shot not being declared a disqualification or something like that because of an illegal shot to the back of the head. It was right on that line. It was right behind the ear, which is actually legal. So great win for Cyril Gane. Apparently he's undefeated. Again, this heavyweight division seems to be stacking up for the first time. I'm super excited. We have a number of heavyweights that seem to have real potential. It's not like a top 3 anymore. It's like a legit top 5, top 7. So I'm super happy for the heavyweight division. So who would you like to see him fight next? Next up, I got this pick. Thought I was taking a big risk. Apparently I was not. Chose Kevin Holland to beat Jacare Souza, and boy did he. Finished him in the first round with the craziest of shots. So I mean, they're trying to explain how this even happened, how they got on the ground. And Jacare got him on the ground. I think he didn't want any parts of Kevin Holland on the feet, especially with that 9-inch reach advantage that Kevin Holland got against him. So he was trying to take him down. He did get him down. Jacare took him down. Got him against the cage, took him down. And as Kevin Holland was scrambling, separating, kicking off, separating, trying to get Jacare off of him, he is literally like in a laying down on his side position, okay? Laying on his side. He reaches up with the right hand, smack like a hook from the side. He like, this leg kicks out. Smack. Knocks Jacare silly from that position. Gets up. Jacare's on his knees with his head back leaning back like this, and he's just basically like, done. Rest of the fight, done. Incredible win for Kevin Holland. You have to go see it. He won a fight bonus for that. So did Fiziev. Who would you like to see Kevin Holland fight next? 5 fights in this past year, 5 wins in this past year. He's one of my fighters to watch. He seems to have that it factor as well. He's actually good on the mic as well, promotes himself as well. He's got that great camp as well. He seems to be okay. So who would you like to see him fight next? Next up, I did not make a pick for this because I messed up. I'll do better. We saw Mackenzie Dern get the unanimous decision against, oh God, that's why I got my trusty, I can't see, they got a light going, Verna Jabiroba. I practiced that. I practiced her name. And I don't know, my glasses are over there with the light shine. I can't even see it. Verna Jandaroba. I'm so sorry. It was actually a pretty good fight. It was actually a pretty good fight. She was scrappy. She was with it, but it was a unanimous decision in favor of Mackenzie Dern. As we know, she's got a great team behind her. There's eyes on her. There's people who want her to get a title shot coming soon. So who would you like to see her fight next? My apologies. Okay. Who would you like to see her fight next? Now, next up on the co-main event, I did not get this pick. I chose Tony Ferguson to beat Charles Oliveira, and boy, did he not win. This was a 3-round unanimous decision in favor of Charles Oliveira. All 3 judges gave, it was 30 to 26. Whew, I was trying to I'm used to Tony being in 5 rounds fights, so had 50 in there. 30 26. So all of the judges gave Charles probably that third round by 2, and I completely agreed with it. Real time, I was like, Charles deserved that third round by 2. Um, Complete domination. Even on the feet, he seemed to be quicker to the punch. He seemed to hit harder than we remember. Although I've always kind of known that Charles Oliveira has always been a dark horse there. I believe it was the end of the first round where he got him in that arm bar where he had it locked in, completely extended, where Tony just simply was being the warrior that he was and refused to tap. But Charles was able to get him down, ground and pound, constantly threatening him with submissions on the feet. Even he dominated Tony Ferguson. I don't think anyone was expecting that. We were kind of expecting, but I don't want to take anything away from Charles, because I've always felt like, you know, Charles is better than what we know. I've always kind of felt that. And he's like on an 8-fight winning streak, low key, something like that. So again, we can't take anything away from Charles Oliveira. I think we're just all simply surprised at how dominant a victory it was over Tony Ferguson. And we're not used to seeing Tony Ferguson lose, let's just be honest, especially not dominated. Against Justin Gaethje, he lost, but he wasn't dominated like this. So, you know, not to take anything away from Charles, I think we're all just getting used to being like, okay, what's going on with El Cucuy, right? Right. But Charles Oliveira, great performance. He can start barking for a title shot, which he has, which he should. Who do you think he should fight next? The winner of Poirier McGregor? Is Khabib going to have one more fight? Dana White said he's going to be talking to him next month in person, so we have to see what happens there. Do you want him to have one more fight? If so, who should it be? Blah, blah, blah. Let me know your entire feelings on this lightweight picture, which is kind of crazy right now. Let me know your feelings on that and who Charles Oliveira should fight next. Now, main event, and still got this pick, and still the UFC flyweight champion, Deiveson Figueiredo. He successfully defended his belt against Brandon Moreno, and I'm counting it. I know it was a majority draw. He kept the belt. He's still a champ. And I said, he would still be the champ. I'm counting it. I need this, okay? So I'm counting it. He kept the belt. This is a great fight. Great fight. People are saying it's the greatest fight of in flyweight history. Quite possibly, yes. Yeah, probably. It was an incredible fight. Hard hitting, both of them. You would have thought they were featherweights, the way he was hearing them shots on me, both of them. I knew Brandon Moreno was going to be a much tougher test than Anthony Perez. I knew mentally he was stronger. I knew him being a little bigger. I knew he was going to be more durable. I knew the Mexican chin. I love that my whole prediction came true about that whole Brandon Moreno. I had a feeling this was going to be a good fight, and this surpassed my expectations. So again, it was a majority draw. There was a point taken away. I believe it was the end of the second round. Correct me if I'm wrong, second round, due to an illegal kick to the groin area, and it was a hard kick to the groin. Brandon called out in pain from Figueiredo to Brandon. Figueiredo got the point taken away. Deiveson got the point taken away. He also had a eye poke as well. I believe that was in the first round. Both of those infractions were early on in the fight. The ref said the reason why he took the point away on the groin shot is because there was actually 3 infractions there. He said that was the 3rd infraction, so he went ahead and took that point away. So had that point not been taken away, Deiveson actually would have won the fight outright. And I would have had agreed. So I do believe he did enough to win the second round. So the first and second round to me go to Deiveson. It took Brandon a little bit to get started, and Brandon's plan was to take him into deep waters, and that what seemed to be the right plan, but I think he let Deiveson just kind of edge out those first 2 rounds with him having a higher offensive output, with him controlling the center of the octagon, with him pressing forward more. It just took a little bit for Brandon to actually get that offense going. So I believe those first 2 rounds did go to Deiveson. That's why I said I think that the groin kick happened in the end of the 3rd round. Either way, Brandon landed some takedowns. That 3rd round is arguably, I think he won the 3rd and 4th actually. Brandon to me won the 3rd and 4th round. So the kick must have happened in the 2nd round. What round? Okay. So, because Because Brandon, to me, won the third and the fourth round. That's where he was able to get some good takedowns, mount some ground and pound, and even on the feet, actually, he was able to come forward, land some good shots, push Davison back. You saw it on Davison's face. He had one eye almost swollen shut. So Brandon landed shots on the feet as well. It wasn't just the ground game. I mean, he was game. He was game. Davison was hitting him, I mean, shots you heard. Black body shots. Hard body shots. And okay, so Davison didn't really start with the kicks to the legs until the second round. I think if he would have done that earlier through that first round, maybe he would have took a little bit more steam out of him a little bit quicker, because again, Brandon is so durable. You got to beat up that body because you're not going to knock him out. Also, it took Davison that whole first round to realize he wasn't going to knock him out, because that's when he kind of settled in and started throwing more combinations and things of that nature, trying to bait him in a bad movement and putting together a game plan, knowing he's going to be in it for the long haul. The fight was great. The fight was great. Like I said, Brandon was game. Every time Davison would clock him with a good shot, whether it be to the body or to the head, he would come back with 2 or 3 more, just to even if it didn't land, just to let him know you're gonna pay every time you hit me. Don't think I'm going to be here the whole time. So it looks like at the end of the fourth round, Davison was really landing them kicks, throwing them kicks. He got some serious hard kicks. He threw a couple that Brandon managed to block, but it seemed as though he may have broke his arm by blocking it. He said it was a shoulder issue. So someone let me know what's going on there with his shoulder. Is it injured? Hopefully he doesn't need like surgery or anything like that. Hopefully it's something minor. But what is going on with Brandon Moreno's shoulder? Is it the arm? What's going on? Is he injured? Because this was a majority draw, everyone wants an immediate rematch. I'm all for it. Again, this was a fantastic fight. So please check it out. So, what we talked about a lot there. Sorry it was late, but I had to get my little 2 cents in because it was incredible. Let me know how you did it on all your picks, any injury updates. Again, we talked about Bellator, we talked about the heavyweight title with the boxing and the UFC. So talk about everything, anything you want to talk to me about. Please like the video, give that little thumbs up. Please subscribe, and yeah, I'm baby steps, right? 2 hands are free, right? So follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. On Snapchat, subscribe, like, talk to me, take care, and goodbye.